Most travelers come to South Africa for Cape Town and safari, but beyond the famous coastlines, there are mountain ranges that stretch for miles without roads, forests hiding along the southern coastline, villages shaped by the ocean, and landscapes where wildlife moves freely across enormous spaces. And most visitors never go that far. South Africa isn't just one destination. It's a continent in miniature. What people think South Africa is. When people picture South Africa, they imagine Cape Town's skyline, famous vineyards, and wildlife safaris. And that version exists. But South Africa stretches across an enormous and varied landscape. The country spans nearly 1,200 kilometers from east to west and just as far from north to south. Coastlines, mountains, deserts, forests, and grasslands all exist within one country. 3 oceans meet at its shores. 9 distinct climate zones shape its geography. Once you move beyond the main cities, the geography changes quickly, sometimes within an hour's drive, and the experience becomes quieter, more raw, less documented. Cape Town, the anchor. Cape Town sits between ocean and mountain. It occupies one of the most dramatic urban settings on Earth. Table Mountain rises directly above the city. Its flat summit watches over everything below. Cliffside roads follow the coastline. Chapman's Peak Drive curves around rock faces that drop straight into the Atlantic. Colorful houses in Bo-Kaap line steep streets. Their painted facades reflect the city's diverse history. Malay influence, Dutch colonial architecture, British heritage, all layered into one neighborhood. Sunset over Camps Bay paints the mountain purple and gold. The 12 Apostles, the mountain range extending south, form a jagged backdrop to white sand beaches. It's one of the most visually striking cities in the world, a meeting point between African, European, and Asian cultures. But it's only the starting point, because once you leave the city limits, South Africa unfolds in unexpected directions. The Garden Route. East of Cape Town, the Garden Route follows one of South Africa's most scenic coastlines. It stretches for nearly 300 kilometers along the southern shore. Forests meet the ocean. Ancient yellowwood trees grow within sight of breaking waves. Small towns sit between lagoons and mountains. Places like Knysna and Plettenberg Bay feel relaxed, unhurried. Built around natural harbors and protected bays, the Knysna Heads, 2 massive sandstone cliffs, guard the entrance to a tranquil lagoon. Boats navigate the narrow gap between them. The landscape shifts constantly. Cliffs, beaches, rivers, forests. One moment you're driving through indigenous woodland. The next, you're overlooking ocean that stretches to Antarctica. Tsitsikamma National Park protects one of the oldest and most diverse forest ecosystems in the country. Suspension bridges cross rivers that carve through deep gorges. This stretch of coast rewards slow travel. It asks you to stop often, to walk instead of drive. The Drakensburg Mountains. Inland, the Drakensburg Mountains rise dramatically. The name means Dragon Mountains in Afrikaans. These peaks form one of southern Africa's most impressive landscapes. A 200-kilometer wall of rock separating South Africa from Lesotho. Rock walls stretch for miles, some rising over 3,000 meters above sea level. Waterfalls fall from high plateaus. Cathedral Peak, Monk's Cowl, Giant's Castle. Each formation has its own shape and story. It's a place defined by elevation and space. Sand rock art decorates caves and overhangs throughout the range. Some paintings are thousands of years old, evidence of people who knew these mountains long before borders existed. The mountains feel distant and surprisingly quiet. Even during peak season, you can hike for hours without seeing another person. Most visitors leave South Africa thinking they've seen it. But the deeper you explore, the more it changes. If you're drawn to destinations beyond the obvious, this channel is built for that. Wildlife beyond the famous parks. South Africa is known worldwide for wildlife. Kruger National Park draws visitors from around the globe. It's one of Africa's largest game reserves, nearly 20,000 square kilometers of protected land. But wildlife exists across many regions. Private reserves and open landscapes support elephants, giraffes, antelope, and predators. Addo Elephant National Park near the Eastern Cape protects one of the densest elephant populations on the continent. Isimangaliso Wetland Park on the east coast combines ocean, savanna, and swamp. Hippos, crocodiles, and sea turtles all share the same ecosystem. These environments remain vast and largely protected. Conservation efforts continue to expand wildlife corridors, allowing animals to move between reserves as they would have centuries ago. Coastal villages and fishing towns. Along the southern coastline, fishing villages sit quietly beside the ocean. Harbors hold working boats, not pleasure yachts. Houses face wide open water, built low to withstand wind. Life here follows tides and weather. Hermanus is known for southern right whales that arrive every winter. They come close to shore, sometimes within meters of the cliffs. Harneston, a small fishing village on the southeastern coast, has whitewashed cottages that look unchanged for decades. Paternoster on the west coast remains one of the most traditional fishing communities. Crayfish boats leave early, return by afternoon. These towns feel far removed from the energy of the cities. Time moves differently here, measured by seasons and catches. Food and cultural influence. South African cuisine reflects its diverse influences. Indigenous ingredients, Dutch techniques, Malay spices, British traditions, all mixed together over centuries. Seafood appears along the coast. Snook, a local fish, grilled over open flame. Crayfish served simply with lemon and butter. Braai, outdoor barbecue, remains central to social life. It's more than cooking. It's ritual. Boer sausage, lamb chops, chicken marinated in peri-peri. Local markets bring together ingredients from different cultures. Spices from Indian traders. Biltong, dried cured meat from Dutch settlers. Bunny chow, curry served inside hollowed bread from Durban's Indian community. Food here is shared, often outdoors, often slowly. Around fire, family, and conversation. Why travelers are exploring beyond Cape Town. South Africa has become increasingly popular for international travelers. Visitor numbers have grown steadily over the past decade, but many visitors now move beyond Cape Town. They're looking for more than iconic landmarks. Road trips connect coastal regions and mountain landscapes. Self-drive routes make exploration accessible. Instead of a single city visit, people explore multiple regions. They spend time in wine valleys, along coastlines, in mountain passes. Infrastructure has improved. Accommodations range from luxury lodges to simple guest houses. The country rewards exploration. It offers variety few destinations can match. And it does so within manageable distances. Who this side of South Africa is for? This side of South Africa is for travelers who appreciate variety. For those who want coastline, wildlife, and mountains in one journey. For people who enjoy landscapes that feel vast. Who don't need every moment scheduled. Who value contrast over consistency. If you want beaches and penguins in the morning, mountain peaks by afternoon, and elephants at sunset. If you want contrast, South Africa delivers it. Without requiring weeks of travel or complicated logistics. South Africa isn't just Cape Town and safari. It's forests, mountains, coastal towns, and landscapes that stretch further than expected. And once you move beyond the obvious stops, you realize how much more there is. Entire regions most tourists never visit. Roads that lead to places guidebooks barely mention. Subscribe for more journeys beyond the tourist version. What part of South Africa would you explore first?